Let's talk about the secret lives of Mormon wives as an ex-Mormon. I was born and raised Mormon. I left the church when I was about 12, became more of like spiritualism, and then I became a Christian when I was 16. I have a lot of family and friends that are Mormon, and I swear they are the nicest people you'll ever meet. I do not believe in the Mormon doctrine, but I do love the secret lives of Mormon wives. As a Christian, some people will tell you not to watch reality TV, but I think that really is conviction based and what you think God is calling you to. I love this show. I love the girls. I want to be best friends with all of them, but I don't believe they're a good representation of being a Mormon or like the Mormon church. This is nothing against them, but they've said it too. They're more progressive. They push the boundaries of being a Mormon, which if you know the Mormon doctrine, you can't really push the boundaries of that. Mormonism is all about devotion. There's a lot of rules and different things. But the girls do acknowledge this, and a lot of them don't even claim to be practicing Mormons. A lot of Mormons in Utah have always pushed the boundaries of Mormonism. This is how I would best describe it. Mormonism is very common in Utah, how Christianity is very common in the Bible Belt. So like Florida, Alabama, that area. So many people in the Bible Belt call themselves Christians, but they don't practice Christian morals or standards or anything like that. I feel like the same thing is similar in Utah, how a lot of people call themselves Mormons by default because it's so popular, but they don't actually practice everything that a Mormon is. The show goes into no detail about all that Mormons believe, which can be a common problem in the church in general. A lot of people get into it and don't know what all they're signing up for. For example, Layla, she did not know that the Mormon church didn't allow black people into church until like the 70s. And so she joined the church without even knowing that. I feel like Mormonism has become more of an aesthetic to the public eye, but it is a very, very strict religion. There's a lot about the Mormon church that most people do not know until they get into it themselves. For example, the Mormons' theology on heaven and hell is completely different than any typical Christian theology. Creation, salvation, all of the main biblical Christian doctrines are very altered in the Mormon religion. The Mormon religion also believes in the Book of Mormon as well as the Bible, which actually these two books do contradict themselves quite often. One thing I do love about the Mormon church is their emphasis on service as well as evangelism. They do a phenomenal job on those two things, and I think the Christian church can take a lot of tips from that. So before you become Mormon just because of the secret lives of Mormon wives and how beautiful and perfect their lives seem, know that there is a lot hidden about the Mormon church that the show does not point out. I hope you have a beautiful day.